Hey guys, it's Super Galaxy 295, and in a long time, some people have been requesting me to do a Hero Factory MOC, and this is actually one of my Godzilla characters, which will soon be in the Godzilla Series 3 Mutant series, and I shouldn't be showing you this because it's secret classified stuff, but now it's not classified no more. This is one of my new creations or characters that's gonna be in the Godzilla series. Its name, or his name, is Mecha 2. Also, during to the name that I call it, you know that there's gonna be King Kong in the Godzilla series. Yes, there is, and he's gonna be brawling with Mecha 2. It says they're going to be making some backstory saying how the original Kong was created, and since you know the movie Kong Escapes, where Mecha Kong falls off, look at the Paris looking building, and falls into a million pieces. Well, there's a backstory to him. The pieces that they found from him, they rebuilt him back into Mecha Kong, but called it Mecha 2, gave him like a giant Pac-Man like mouth. Because right here, I'm gonna show you the action feature later, but yeah, right here he adds a lot of features to it, like his lightning fist, which is right here, which King Kong has the same thing, but his more stronger. He has an electrical taser right here, and a missile launcher. His big arms, and this little short arm that goes up here. His little missile firing thing on the top. Strangely, they gave him a long tongue, a chain tongue that's permanently turned orange. His feet are standing up. Some kind of weird. There's like a weird like it's called a weapon. Yeah, a weapon right here. Here's his stinger, which gorillas don't have, but the scientists or the people of Slasher 2.0 side, which is still supposed to be classified, builds a stinger in Mecha Kong's behind. So it's like a bee and a wasp stings. This time, let me show you the action feature. You know the mutagen I used in the movie where it mutated to, I almost called it Slasher into Bees Knees 2? Well, the mutagen, he works with it, but then it goes really low down his little tiny digestive system right here, and goes into his abdomen right here like a bee. But then the stinger is where if he punctures his enemy, the enemy will be like injected with mutagen. So when you get injected with mutagen, that's when he starts forming from the inside out. And let me show you inside. Somehow I did an experiment. You know the superworm? So sorry guys. Oh yeah, that's his prisoner inside here. That's one of Slasher's robots. Again, another spoiler, which I'm trying to stop doing that. One of his prisoners, he traps in his abdomen. Hold on. Yeah. He traps in his abdomen and lowers some of the goo onto him so he can mutate or just burn up in acid. Because there's also a scientist part. Sorry guys, this is a sitting pose. When there's too much mutagen cramped up into one spot, it actually turns to acid and eats away the stuff that's in him to create more space. So that's what he's trying to do for his torture. Oh, sorry. And that is what he's run off on. Also, he's been known for eating the blob, all kinds of reincarnations of the blob. And yeah, right there, you see right there? That's actually a meal, not superworm that he ate. Yeah, I know, it sounds like animal cruelty, but that was an experiment. The scientists or the team or crew, they added the blob's acid-like content when it hits something, hits or eats anything. The blob is just a mutagen, only that it's mutant. So they figured it out and gave him like an acid-like spit or saliva. So that's the saliva right there, and that's seemed to be like a tongue, but that's not a tongue, that's just droop. Sorry guys. And his tongue's right here, which his tongue is actually useful. His tongue can lift himself up. Hold on, let me get it. His tongue can lift himself up It can withstand the mutagen, like it's just coming out his throat right there. And it can wrap his enemies around, or just wrap until I get enough chains, or these little chains from the Hero Factory side. And I heard that they're not gonna make any more Hero Factory movies and gonna go back to Bionicles. So yeah, I say, oh, I'm glad about that, cause Bionicles was created when I was born, 2001, and ended somewhere in 2006 or 2005. Now they're coming back in 2015, so I'm glad about that, because Bionicles should be coming back. Forget Hero Factory. You know, most of my figures I have in my collection are from Hero Factory. But forget Hero Factory. Bionicles are better. And don't comment on me. This is my opinion. So yeah. And also, people who watch the Hero Factory Invasion from Below movie, I saw it before. I couldn't even watch it anymore because Surge's voice betrays to some kind of British guy's voice. Like, why did they change his voice right there? Like, are they trying to make the episode so suckish that they don't want to make any more of it, or just trying to ruin it? So yeah. So I couldn't watch it anymore. The mini movie. So yeah, continuing on. And during their testing, they found like a super giant superworm living in their experiments. So they let him out, and he ate the superworm. And now the superworm is actually, first the superworm was wriggling into it, but when the superworm was wriggling into it, he couldn't keep up, and the slime was just keep flowing onto him until the superworm drowned. And after a few days, it happened yesterday. The superworm suddenly, his body started getting hollow, because now inside it looks like his body's decaying away. Like, you can see his little head right there. Yeah, his face, or his whole body's getting softer and softer. Oh wait, it's coming down. I want it to come down. So sorry. His body's getting softer by the touch. I didn't touch it. I just poked at it, and my pen just went right through his abdomen. So I just took it out and said, oh. So it's like stomach acids. It digests the food and turns into mush. So yeah, that's what the mutagen does. So yeah, the mutagen is basically his stomach acids. And yeah. And I used to be afraid of saying stomach. I don't know why. It just felt embarrassing saying stomach. So yeah. And while his digestive juice is digesting the worm, it proves that it's actually supposed to be dangerous for these insects like these. So any insect except the spider, I don't know, anything that can fit in his mouth, he can digest it into juices, which also is, yeah. So if you can see closely, hold on. Yeah, if you can see oh, sorry guys. If you can see closely, this camera right here. If you can see closely right there, you can see the superworm right there getting digested. And yeah, so he's digesting in his juices, in his digestive juices. And sometimes in vulnerable attacks, here's his attacks. His stinger, his strength, his beam blasters, his electrical blasters, and one of the weirdest and most disgusting versions of his attacks is his mutagen slobber. He grabs onto his enemy and just pukes, or just throws up mutagen all over the victim, his impending victim, all over their faces, so they could mutate. Especially if all the gunk that he ate, the mutagen was affected. And somehow, after the critter was contaminated with mutagen, it didn't mutate, since it's not the kind of mutagen, because it was contaminated with the scientist's experiments. So yeah. So another character about to hit the Avengers Godzilla Series 3, and since Series 3 is already out, this is going to be a 50th episode where all the critters or creatures come out from underground, and it's going to be a huge earthquake, and that's where we're going to be introduced by another new character, another boss character that Godzilla will face. And I'll give you a hint. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's gonna be 4 people. There's gonna be 4 main dangers to the universe Godzilla have to face up against. And not to be a spoiler, but I really want to let the speaker out. Ted, of course, is going to be one of them, because he's been trying to kill Godzilla ever since his tragic story. I set the story on Wika, so you can check that out. His backstory. Slasher 2.0. He's going to be one of the attackers, because he's going to have his own army. He's going to try to defeat Godzilla. Probably Godzilla before his son, most memorable enemy of all, King Ghidorah. It's going to come back, only he's going to turn into Monster X, and then Kaiser Ghidorah. It'll be his ultimate boss fight. And then it's going to be where the 50th episode will come. Mortor, or the Demon Lord from... or those Demon Lords from hell, yeah. So at the end, all four of them are going to combine to make one super enemy for Godzilla to defeat, and yeah. And also, another spoiler, which I'm keeping a bunch of secrets from you guys about the Adventure Godzilla, but Gomora is not really dead. He's going to come back in Series 5, but he's going to become more mature, and yeah, he's going to become more mature, and he's going to be like evolved, because they're going to be like an evolvation, where Godzilla actually gets hit by a mutagen, and he evolves into his older version, not the 2014 version. Oh yeah, the Adventure Godzilla movie, I'm going to watch. I'm going to go and watch that. I'm going to go and watch that movie, because that movie looks awesome. Godzilla looks much better than the New York. Like, New York actually stepped up their game. Like, America actually stepped up their game. Since Toho was working for them now, they actually make Godzilla look much better now. Like, he has a spine, like he has like all of the dorsal fins or the spikes coming off his back, and it looks more humanoid, look like more alligator like than 2004. But they didn't screw it up just like how they screwed up 1998 Godzilla. Stole the name and turned Godzilla into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Doesn't even breathe fire. And actually, I'm going to try to get the scene from there where Godzilla gets hit by missiles and gets fallen off the bridge. Which I'm going to say. Godzilla steps on the crack. He says, "Oh man, I think my back's going to break." And he's going to say, "Yeah, it's no big deal." And then I'm going to show a scene from the movie where Zilla, was supposed to be Godzilla's mother, shoots off the bridge. So yeah, enough talking. That's my MOC for the Adventures Godzilla, or Hero Factory MOC, Mecha 2.